Why are my YouTube Shorts not getting any views? Well, by the end of this video, you're going to have a much better idea and a much better understanding of YouTube Shorts and YouTube content in general. And whatever you learn in this video, you'll be able to apply across the board to all videos on YouTube. Right off the bat, there may be some technical issues that you can easily correct. There may be some content issues that you might have to redo. But we're going to address both of those so you have a better idea of how to track this down and get some more views on your YouTube Shorts. So let's get started. First, let's go with the technical issues. These are the easy things to fix. And right off the bat, the first thing you've got to double check is to make sure that your YouTube Shorts are not a fraction of a second over 60 seconds long. YouTube is very strict about it because it's not hard to determine if you've gone over or not. And the limit, yes, to a YouTube short is 60 seconds. Now, it can be any length below that. If you have one that's 5 seconds, 27 seconds, 13 seconds, 42 seconds, really doesn't matter. But 60 is the limit. And you're better off with something that's probably, just to be on the safe side, 59.8 seconds, just to be sure you don't get kicked out of the queue. Something else to check out immediately, and this will probably just jump right off the page, what is your format? In other words, so when you're shooting your YouTube Shorts, it does need to be in a vertical orientation. They need to be 9:16 aspect ratio. If that is not it, yeah, chances are your videos are not going to get seen. They might fudge them into a squashed version. If you shot it like this, and now YouTube's going to squeeze it into something like this, this is your widest part right here. You're going to have a lot of black here, and you're going to have a lot of black here as kind of a framing it. And at a glance, especially if you're looking, you figure your viewers are watching on their phones. That's going to reduce your content portion of your video to something that's really small. And when somebody sees that right off the bat, I would imagine the vast majority of them are going to bail before they even press play. So do make sure that your aspect ratio, how you filmed the video, or at least how you cropped it in editing, make sure it's in the vertical orientation, or else YouTube Shorts are not even going to pay attention to it. One of the most critical elements to your YouTube video, whether it's a video or a full-length video or a YouTube Short, whatever it is, that thumbnail, I do that every time. No matter what it is, that thumbnail is a critical piece of real estate. When somebody does a quick search and they see all of the options that they have to choose from, whether it's conscious or subconscious, their eye is bouncing around the screen looking for something to take in. Naturally, they're going to gravitate towards, or at least notice, the most interesting thing on the page. And your thumbnail is what does that job right there. They already know what they're looking for. The question is, what's going to grab their attention? What's going to grab their eye? And your thumbnail is going to be the first thing that they see, even before their brain processes any text on the thumbnail, or they even remind themselves of the title that they're looking for. As a business owner, you're going to be matching your title to what they're searching, right? That was the key element that I preach a lot around here, to make sure that your title matches up with what they're searching for. And when your SEO research ahead of time will tell you that, you can make those fall into place easily. But if the thumbnail doesn't grab their attention, they might just scroll on by. So take a look at your thumbnails. How were they grabbing attention? Is it something where you show your personality? Is it just a stock piece of photography with just a few little bit of text on top of it? It's not exactly going to do it in this day and age when we have very short attention spans, and whether it's short form video or whether it's just short form eyes bouncing around the page, the eyes need something to bring them in, and that's going to be your thumbnail. So spend some time on your thumbnails. There's a new trend in YouTube Shorts as well. People are starting to loop their videos. In other words, it'll start, you'll watch the entire video, and then at the very end, their last line will actually set up the beginning of the video. So it kind of sounds like, well, did this start again or did it not? Or this looks familiar, but that's not what they said at the end. The beauty of it all is when you do it so perfectly and it's so seamless, that will add to your view time. So that's one of the things you can do, that once you do start to get seen, be sure to, if you can write it in there, have the ending introduce the beginning and maybe get a little extra view time out of it. Now, around here, what we like to do on this channel is talk about your business YouTube channel or your business blog or your business podcast. Whatever you're going to be setting up for your company, this is the place to be. So if you've got questions about that kind of stuff, drop a comment down below. I'd love to address them for you. Or if you've got a video suggestion, send it on in. Be sure to like and subscribe because you don't want to miss this, especially if this is what you're going to be doing for your company. Now, there may be some simple content issues that you can address when it comes to your YouTube Shorts. For example, captions. Whether we're talking about sound or no sound, there are a lot of people who will watch a video with the sound off, especially if they're in a public place or maybe commuting or maybe sitting in a restaurant having their coffee or whatever the case may be. They don't want to broadcast it to the whole world what they're watching, so they'll turn the sound all the way down and just watch. Well, how do they get the most out of your video if they've turned the sound down? Well, you've added captions. So chances are they'll be watching the captions. Don't have captions? There's a good chance that once it gets started and they're not hearing anything, that they may scroll on by. Now, there are two ways to do this. First of all, you can add captions yourself. There are tons and tons of apps out there where you can upload your video, the app will scan the audio, convert it into text, and then turn it into the captions for you. There are tons of, I know you've seen it, there are tons of apps out there that do that for you. You could add them yourself, or in YouTube, you can turn on an option and it will generate the captions for you. So there's no excuse not to have captions in your videos, and it's a really good idea for all those people who turn down the audio. Lately, YouTube has picked up a quick tip from TikTok as well. A whole bunch of people are now starting to add trending music to their shorts, to their YouTube videos. If you don't do it in post-production, there's a lot that you can choose from right there on YouTube. They've got their own stock music, and you can see what is trending at any given time. If you can pick the trend before it happens, you're much better off, but at least ride the wave that is out there. Pick the trending music, add it to your videos. It's going to help in the long run. Of course, the most critical thing that you could possibly do is make a video that your viewers want to see. Is this valuable content to what's on their mind? What are they looking for in what you are presenting? For example, if you're a financial advisor, are you talking about the questions that they're having about financial advice? Are they looking for 401k advice? Are they looking for mutual fund advice? Or what other kind of investments are they looking into? That's the type of topic, that's the content that you want to be sure to cover, whether it's long form or YouTube Shorts. And be sure to be using relevant keywords, whether it's in the title, in the description, wherever it may fall in your content. Be sure to be consistent and mention those keywords once or twice throughout your content as well. You don't want to bombard it and say it over and over and over again. For example, if you're talking about mutual funds, you don't want the term mutual funds to be every other word. If you're shopping for mutual funds today, mutual funds are a really hot commodity, and mutual funds will always be that's way too much. If you're going to do that throughout the entire content, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. Use the opportunities where keywords should be presented. And finally, the most important thing is inconsistent posting. If you decide to throw something up there, say on Monday, and then you don't do anything for another 2 weeks, and then you do 2 or 3 videos, and then you disappear again, YouTube isn't sure what to think about what you're doing. Is this a hobby? Are you just messing around here? But the more consistent you are with your posting, if you're going to do it 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, be sure to stick to Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you're going to do it every Tuesday, be sure to stick to Tuesdays. Have your content ready to go and be consistent. So once YouTube starts to see you taking it seriously, that's when they start to show you some impressions love. Now, if you're thinking about diving into YouTube for your business, there is no better way to get started than with a book by a friend of mine. Nate Woodbury wrote Influence, a hero's guide to influence on YouTube. This starts you out on a great foot and takes you all the way through the entire process. From laying a firm foundation to lighting, microphones, editing, you name it, it is all covered in this book. Anything that you could possibly need. There's a link down below in the description to get your free copy. Just pay shipping and printing, your free copy, and we will get it sent out to you ASAP. A Hero's Guide to Influence on YouTube by Nate Woodbury. That's the place to start. I'm Nick Dattarella with AdWise Creative. Thank you for watching.